Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the first lesson in geography resources. Last class we discussed the definition of a resource and its classification. Actually, resources are classified into three types. Already we have seen it. What are the three types of resources? One is natural resources, and second one is human made resources, and third one is human resources. What are natural resources? What are natural resources? Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. For example, air, water, sunlight, soil, minerals, and fossil fuels, and natural vegetation and wildlife. Okay, fine. We get different types of resources from nature, isn't it? Yes. In this, some of these resources are used directly by the human beings, but some of these are modified by the human beings with the help of technologies. Okay, now we are going to see about the human made resources. Okay, human made resources. See, the word itself explains that these resources are made by human beings with the help of technology. Yes, sometimes natural substances become resources only when their original form has been changed. Yes, simply we can say that human-made resources are the resources which are not given by the nature, but the humans make it for their requirements and their convenience. Yes, of course. In order to fulfill our needs, in order to meet our needs, human beings invented new technologies. With the help of these technologies, these natural resources are processed and modified into usable form. Okay, so here when a natural resource undergoes drastic change by human invention, it becomes human-made resource. For example, iron ore is processed to make steel. So steel is a man-made, human-made resource or man-made resource. See, basically iron ore is the principal material used for the manufacturing of steel. Yes, see, it is extracted from quarries, then it is processed in industries, certain impurities are removed and some materials are added. Then it is further processed to obtain steel. See here, human inventions are used to get steel. Yes, so iron ore is a natural substance. Then its original form has been changed into a resource. See, steel is a human-made resource. See, people generally, people will use natural resources to make buildings, bridges, roads, machinery and vehicles, which are known as human-made resources. Okay, we will see some examples of human-made resources. See, from a ball pen to heavy machinery, everything that you see around you is man-made. Yes, of course. See, people use their knowledge and skill to invent new technology. Through this, they make the best way, they make the best possible use of resources. See, here technology is also human-made resources. Yes, who will invent new technology? Of course, human beings, right? So technology is also human-made resources. Okay, let us see some new inventions in the medical field. Okay, see, some man-made resources are nearly essential to modern human life, such as medicines, vaccines, in fact surgery methods also. Yes, see, if vaccines were not invented, you imagine millions of lives would have been lost. Yes, of course. See, I tell you one example. Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox. Yes, in case if it was not discovered, what would happen? Of course, so many people would die. Yes, na? Yes. Like this, so many vaccines have been invented by humans. It helps to save life. Yes, na? Yes. Here, how many of you are going to invent new technology, medicines, vaccines, etc.? I hope so many of you will invent. Yes, now? Will you do? Yes, I hope you will do. Okay, now let's see about human resources. Okay? Human resource. People are human resources. Here, human resource refers to the number and abilities of the people. See, human resource refers to the number and abilities of the people. Actually, human resources include people who serve us in any way. A teacher, doctor, carpenter, cobbler, lawyer, etc. are human resources. You know, a human being who can contribute to his family, society or economy is called a human resource. In which way? Through their knowledge, skill and technology. Okay, so human resource refers to the number and abilities of the people. Now let's discuss about the human resource development. Human resource development. Human resource development refers the improving the quality of people's skill so that they are able to create more resources. Yes, education, health, skills, these dimensions enhances the quality of people. Yes, of course, this helps in the development of other resources. See, education, health and skills are the three pillars of human resource development, HRD. You know, what are the three pillars of HRD? Education, health and skills. This helps in the development of other resources also. Okay, see, for a nation to be prosperous, its human resources must be healthy and knowledgeable. Yes, na? See, here I tell you one thing. You know, education department is one of the wings of human resource development. Why? Because through education, knowledge will be improved. So, education department comes under the human resource development. Why? Because through education, knowledge will be improved. So, here human resource development refers the improving the quality of people's skill so that they are able to create more resources. Okay. So, improving the quality of people's skills to enable them to create more resources is called human resource development. So, education and healthcare improve the quality of human resources. Okay, now let's discuss about the conserving resources. Resource conservation. Nature is very generous in providing human beings with natural resources. But unfortunately, human beings with the aid of science and technology have been using these natural resources beyond the permissible limits. So, when you use the natural resources beyond the permissible limits, naturally the environmental degradation will take place. And finally, we will not have the resources that we supposed to have. Hence, we are pushed into a corner where we have to conserve and preserve the natural resources. So, what is resource conservation? Resource conservation is the process of using resources carefully so that they could be renewed and continue to be used in future. So, using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. What is resource conservation? Using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. For example, fossil fuels. Conservation of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gas is essential because they take millions of years to form. And we also know that they are important source of energy. Once they get exhausted, they will take millions of years to replenish. These are non-renewable resources. Actually, one way of fuel conservation is to avoid their wastages. Switching to alternative sources such as solar energy in the forms of solar heater, solar cooker, use in natural gas and wind energy are some ways to reduce their usage. Some ways of conservation of fossil fuels are already taken care of. Even several countries have started using green energy like hydropower and solar power, wind energy, etc. Power can be generated using water or sunlight or wind, and this save a lot of precious fossil fuels like coal. In fact, the government of Tamil Nadu is blessed with various forms of renewable energy sources like wind, solar, biomass, biogas, small hydroelectricity power, and even municipal and industrial waste could also be useful sources of energy while ensuring safe disposal. So, environment and natural resources are precious and we must all make efforts to conserve them. Okay, now next we will see about the sustainable development. Let's see some types of water conservation. Sustainable development. The word sustainable development itself means using the present day resources in such a manner that they are available for the future generation. That means balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for the future is called sustainable development. For example, if you have a stock of 100 kilo uranium, see, if you have to use that resource or that stock in such a manner that it is available after 50 years and some of it is available after 2000 years also. That means you are using the resources in a sustainable manner. So, see, now you can understand balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for the future is called sustainable development. We are having resources, we have to use it carefully, we have to use it wisely. Then only our future generation will be able to use these resources, isn't it? I'll tell you another example. Petroleum. Petroleum is a main source of energy for automobiles. Yes. See, if we overuse petroleum, it will get exhausted very soon. Yes, but it takes millions of years to replenish it. At the same time, the future generation will not be able to use it. Yes, now. So, if we want to avoid this, balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for future. To avoid overusing of the resources, we have to use alternate sources of energy other than petroleum. Isn't it? Yes. See, when it comes to search for alternative sources of energy, sustainable sources have become a very important area of study. Yes, you know one thing, all the renewable sources that we have are definitely sustainable. And sustainable development dependent on resource conservation, because you need to first preserve the resources and then only you can use it for future purposes. So now let's discuss about renewable resources. Some of the ways of conserving resources are reducing consumption, recycling and reusing things. So in order to protect our environment, some of our duties are use renewable resources which are sustainable. Yes, renewable resources are sustainable. Here we are seeing some renewable energy sources. What are the renewable energy sources? Solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectricity, bioenergy, geothermal and tidal energy. What are the non-renewable energy sources? Coal, natural gas, petroleum and nuclear power. So the goal of sustainable development is to provide resources in such a balanced way for present populations as well as conserve them for future. And we also need to conserve the diversity of life, that is protect the endangered species. We also need to minimize damage to the natural environment system, less cutting of trees. We need to preserve soil erosion as well. So these are the things that can ensure that we can maintain and preserve the life support system that nature provides. So with this we have come to an end of this chapter. Children, let us recall what we have learned so far. Okay, what is a resource? What is the definition of a resource? Anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource. So don't forget it. What is a resource? Anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource. Now, types of resources. What are the types of resources? There are three types of resources we have seen. One is natural resources, second one is human-made resources, and third one is human resources. What are natural resources? Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. For example, air, sunlight, water, soil, minerals. Okay. What are the examples for human-made resources? We can tell so many things. For example, buildings, roads, vehicles, etc. And human resources include people who serve us in any way. For example, a teacher, doctor, carpenter, cobbler, etc. are human resources. So now, the classification of natural resources. See, the natural resources are broadly classified into on the basis of level of development and use, on the basis of origin, on the basis of stock, on the basis of distribution. So first, let us see on the basis of level of development and use, natural resources are divided into two subdivisions. What are the two subdivisions? One is actual resources and another one is potential resources. So actual resources are those resources whose quantity is known, but in potential resources may not be known. The entire quantity may not be known. And one more thing, actual resources are used in the present. Here, in future, these resources may be used. Next, on the basis of origin, the natural resources can be classified into biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources include all the living resources, plants and animals. And abiotic resources are non-living things, for example, soil, rock, etc. So on the basis of stock, natural resources are classified into two. One is renewable sources and another one is non-renewable sources. Already we have seen it. Renewable sources easily replenished quickly, but non-renewable resources will take time to replenish it. Okay. Next, on the basis of distribution, it is classified into two. One is ubiquitous resources and another one is localized resources. Ubiquitous resources available everywhere on the earth, like air, water and all. But localized resources are found only in certain places on the earth, like copper and iron ore. Okay. Next, human-made resources. Already we have discussed it. These resources have not been provided to us by nature. Human beings have used their intelligence to manufacture them for their own use. Isn't it? Yes, already we have seen the examples of human-made resources. What are the examples of human-made resources? Roads, buildings, bridges, vehicles, etc. Next, human resources include people who serve us in any way. For example, a teacher, doctor, lawyer, engineer, carpenter, isn't it? Etc. are human resources. Now, conserving resources. See, we have seen the resources, the types of resources and its classification, everything we have seen it, and how it conserve, how we will conserve the resources. Resource conservation. Resource conservation is the concept of using resources carefully so that they do not end up quickly. So what is resource conservation? Using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. And what is sustainable development? Balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for the future is called sustainable development. So, I hope you all understand this lesson. The worksheet will be given, so you do it. Thank you.